We are going to do. And that is where I need your support. As for me, I don't like reporting too many things to the police. I don't want a situation whereby we'll put in place a police team, we'll go arrest people, and then they go to the police station and they find their own means and they are back on the street. That would be a waste of time and resources for me. So I have my own democratic military style, which I'll be implementing. When we say leave this space, and you don't leave this space, and I get there, I am not lucky, and my boys are with me, there and then, we'll beat you. There, in the middle of a doom. If you're not lucky, if I'm alone, you'll be lucky. But if I'm there, and my 10 boys are in their pickup with me, with their hips, trust me.
If you are caught doing the wrong things, we will beat you. That's what the man says. So, I'll flog you. I will beat you. Yeah. You know, he was very direct about it. Yeah. How is he?
Well, I am completely shocked by this public display of lawlessness. I mean, extreme lawlessness. And for me, the most important question is, how did such a person get appointed as a municipal chief executive for Kumasi? How did he get appointed? Who interviewed him? That's the critical question for me. You understand? Because from the way he's talking, I mean, if you sit down with him for 5 minutes, it should be possible to discern what his orientation is. But he was interviewed. Yeah. He went through a system and got approval to become municipal chief executive of one of the biggest cities in Ghana. This is the shock. The shock is not so much what he says, but how he got to that position. Something must be wrong with the system of appointment.
Yeah.
Something is seriously wrong with the system of appointment. If these are the people who are getting appointed, then something is wrong. There's a guy who is telling us that, look, I'm going to be lawless. That's what he's saying. Because under what law is he going to engage in public flogging of citizens? I mean, one would have thought that these things ended with 1979, 1981, this hiring and so on. That's exactly what he's talking about. And I'm completely scandalized, you know, by the kind of statements he's making. And I think that I'll even be more scandalized if by tomorrow he's still at post. If after this display he's still at post, it will be a huge statement about the appointing authority. Not so much about him, but about the appointing authority and those who are going to keep him in office. This will not be tolerated anywhere. You know, it is this kind of mindset which has led to Duterte being flown to the International Criminal Court.
Yeah.
It is this kind of mindset.
Yeah.
And God knows if we encourage this, where it will lead to. People who can publicly declare that I have no confidence in the judiciary, I have no confidence in the police, I have my own democratic military way of doing things. And then we are going to flog people in public. We are going to beat.
Yeah.
It's not just the flogging. He actually talks about beating people.
Yeah.
This is shocking. I mean, I never expected that we'll come to this. This is completely shocking. And this calls for a complete review of the processes of appointing public officers. Complete review.
True.
Because if such people can slip through these processes of appointing public officers, then this country is in big trouble. Who decided that he should become the Metropolitan Chief Executive for Kumasi? How was he interviewed? who tested his credentials. This is a huge problem.
You know, interestingly, Kwesi, you know, he was subsequently interviewed on some other media platforms, and he actually justified the decision.
Yeah.
And he was asked if the president was aware he has the approval or the endorsement or the blessing of the president, because you are the representative of the president over there, per the very structure of our local governance architecture. The man said, well, it's not about the president. It's about what is good for the people of Kumasi. And he has come to a certain realization that until he starts beating the people will do the right things. And the presenter also asked him, is the Otumfuo aware of this? Have you had any word with the Otumfuo that this is how you intend to fix?
He is not an appointee of the Otumfuo.
Yes, no, he's not. I agree with you.
And that's one of the problems that I found with this interview.
Yes.
Because he repeatedly said that he was working for Otumfuo.
Yes.
You were not appointed.
Oh, so you listened to the same interview I'm talking about?
I listened to the interview.
Yes.
I mean, people should get their roles right.
Yes.
Municipal, district chief executives and so on are appointees of the president.
Strictly speaking, finish.
The municipal chief executive for Cape Coast is not an appointee of the Ogwa or Mahine.
Yeah.
It's an appointee of the president.
Yeah.
You understand? This mixture, this sometimes I think is deliberate.
Yeah.
You know, it should come to an end. They must understand their roles. You know, they are not part of the.
Okay.
You know, I mean, what is this?
No, I understand what you're saying.
The guy doesn't even know that he's not an appointee of the palace.
But it speaks to the power and the influence of the palace.
It does.
It's not necessarily it's not
that's not
administrative, but I think it's more political. You know, which is you've got to respect the palace. So I'm
not saying that don't respect the palace.
Yes.
I'm not saying that don't respect anybody.
Yes.
You have to respect everybody, not just the palace.
Yes.
You have to respect the street vendor. You have to respect the unemployed. You have to respect everybody. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the authority of the municipal chief executive, which is clearly derived from this constitution.
Yeah.
You are an appointee of the president. He doesn't even know that.
Case closed.